Hello, student. Once again, I'm here to describe you the topic under the organization behavior. So another topic is the global and the cultural diversity. So this global and the cultural diversity also need to understand to define the human behavior. So before moving deeper insights of global and the cultural diversity, definitely you need to understand that what is global and the cultural diversity is all about. So global and cultural diversity. So first you need to understand what is the cultural diversity is. Fine. So cultural diversity means where the people are having a different kind of attitude, people having a different kind of backgrounds, the values and the norm systems. So that can be from anything. I've already discussed, I've already defined you the meaning of the anthropology. So what kind of a background, what kind of a culture that you are coming from. So definitely you are different in terms of your behavioral pattern. So all these different aspects combine and define the culture diversity meaning. Now what is the culture diversity is important to be studied under organization behavior, because in organization you are having the diversified people working under one umbrella, and you have to deal with all these diversified people into organization. So with changes and currently where the firms are looking to a competitive the environment and the strategy, fine, so you have to study these cultural diversity factor, understand the human or understand the organization behavior. And globally means now we all are into touch with the globalization. Everybody is a part of the globalization. So definitely all these the cultural diversification deal in terms of the global manner. So then how we can define that global and the cultural diversity in organization. So there are some factor which is responsible, or there are some factor which contributing a cultural diversity. I have just given an introduction, but when you understand all these factor which contributing towards your cultural diversity, so you can understand into a more clear manner. So the factors are time, pattern of thoughts, personal space, language, religions, personal achievements, social behavior, intercultural socialization. So all these factors are very, very important, and they are importantly contribute towards a cultural diversity. Fine. So time. So time means that how much you are giving value towards your time dimensions. So definitely, generally we talk about in India, the people are not that much aware, that much disciplined in terms of the time dimension, where the other country peoples are so particular. But I think there are many of the Indians, they are also taking consideration the importance of time, because time is a factor. If you value a time, the time will value you. So that times because that comes also apart from the anthropology, many of the things that we have learned from our culture. So how much time that you are giving, how much priority you are giving towards any kind of a work, so that also define your culture diverse definition. Moving ahead to the next one, which is called the pattern of thoughts. Yes, also your pattern of thoughts is a strongest issue in terms of the cultural diversity. Fine. So pattern of thoughts, whatever the pattern that comes up, you develop many things in your mind, and how you are delivering that your thoughts into a meaningful manner, meaningful behavior, so that you called as a pattern of thought. So whatever I have gained with the help of my perception, I'd make it into a meaningful concepts. So that meaningful concept always describe a person pattern of thought. So that definitely differ from one person to another person. Now coming to the next one, which is called the personal space. How much personal space that you are giving to your assignments, giving to your relations, though that also probably different, one person to the another person's. Fine. Language. So people in India, many of languages are speaking, in entire country. So if you can compare in terms of the world, then many kind of a languages are, speaking by their people. So that language also, define your cultural diversity. Personal achievement, how much you are giving important towards your personal achievement. I mean, your performance level, your rewards. Fine. Your if I can define your self-esteem and your self-actualization, so that's also, differ person to person, culture to culture. Social behavior. Now the social behavior means, I mean, how you are socially connected with each other, how you behave with the people while you're meeting with them. Fine. So that also impact, one individual behavior to the another individual behavior. So in whatever manner the people are working, so people are getting things, they are behaving like into a same manner. Moving ahead to the intercultural socialization on the competitiveness, I mean, when you deal social things into your global manner or into another culture system, then it becomes as an intercultural socialization. And competitiveness, again, one of a great, example for contributing the cultural diversity, because the more competitive in terms of your working style, or the organization that they are looking for, definitely the kind of a thing that you have to be adjust in terms of the culture diversity.